Quick update, by the way. My freshman girls were now 4-1. We had a loss on Monday, but we came back, bounced hard. First quarter, that first game, we started off slow, and we gave them a 50-point lead, and we never recovered from that. And we
50?
15.
Oh.
15.
I thought you were the Pistons for the second.
And listen. I think my girls can beat the Pistons. But we beat them in the whole second half. But it gives someone a lead, and that's why you get a lead. I think all the times that me and Guled were playing team play, and he's like, "Boys, and this is why we have a lead because he knew that the lead and would go away at some point. That's why you get a lead. So we just never came back. We busted their ass for a whole half. But then Friday came, home game. We got hype. We played a very physical team, bigger than us, but it was home court. We had the fans on our side. Yeah. The atmosphere was great. The most fans we ever had for a freshman team. And we went out there. They were bigger girls, but we were physical. A real Sadik ball. You know what I mean? You got to go out there.
Defense wins championships.
Defense. No, listen, I say all the time. Defense wins championship, but offense wins games. That's a quote. That's a Muhammad Sadik quote. Defense win championships, but offense win games.
So how many points? How many points y'all score though? How many points did y'all score?
We scored 24. But before you say anything, the first quarter we had 2, and they had 6. The game ended 24 to 11. So we did our job.
It's a real 80s game.
It really was. It was no defense on both sides. Let me tell you what I did. Ready for this little plot twist right here? Fourth quarter. All right, 6 minutes left. Up by 8. You know what I told the girls? All game, we didn't do this. I looked at them. I said, guys, now we press. Now we press. You know what I mean? Get them while you're down. Anyways, fans, we're sorry for the same intro. The other intro's coming. Our producer but took a little vacay on us. So but he's coming back. He's gonna work on it. So
and if you haven't noticed yet by now, something is missing.
Ain't no robes.
It's a very important piece.
10's Chelsea jersey in the back is missing.
I'll grab my Chelsea. Yeah, I know you see the flag.
No big fish this episode, guys.
Yeah, no big fish this episode.
Rest in peace, man. Rest
Shout
in
out big fish.
Why y'all joke around like that?
First of all, can I say something? I've never said that. I was never for the RIP.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
I don't say that. But
actually,
shout out
listen,
big fish.
Listen, because if you're not here for a 5-on-5 episode, nigga, you're dead to me. All right.
That's so crazy.
Hit the intro.
This is 5-on-5 with your hosts, Sadik, Big Fish, and Guled.
I knew the energy was about to shift, so.
Why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league?
Mama, there goes that man. Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good. Wins the game.
Welcome to another 5-on-5 episode. Oh, my bad.
Do it again.
I run the thing back, blood. Welcome everyone to another 5-on-5 episode. Today you have me, Sadik McLovin. We have 10%. What's up, 10? How you doing today, Ben?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Glad to be back.
We got the big man himself, Guled.
Hey, welcome back, boys.
And the biggest and biggest fish is gone.
He's just absent today. He's absent.
He's absent.
Temporary break.
Family things he got to attend to.
Off the show. He's fired. You'll never see him again. Let me put that out there. Never. Until next week.
I want y'all to know that there's going to be a link up next week. There's going to be a link up next week.
What was bomb? Live audience episode.
We're gonna see if we can do a full episode of all of us in the same room.
We're gonna try. Someone here has to commit to coming somewhere, and it's not me or Guled. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love. Hey yo, can I say? Don't y'all love learning about stuff live on the air on the pod?
10 you're going to Boston next week.
Don't y'all love learning stuff with the listeners? That's amazing.
You know what to talk about right now?
No calls, no nothing, man. That's you talking about agent. I'm like,
I'll
who
talk
y'all
to you right
talking to?
now. I'll put you on the spot. Are you coming to Boston? We're all going to Boston next week because it's winter break for me, and then Guled has vacation days.
When were you guys planning on telling me this?
Honestly,
That's crazy.
I just figured that you would be able to make it. But if you come to Boston, we got you bed, food, whatever you want. Are you coming? Are
We'll
you
talk to my
coming?
agent. We'll talk to my agent.
He said,
Oh,
My
talk
good
to his
agent will
man.
be
agent.
this.
He said, he'll talk to his
Yeah,
agent,
I'll
bro.
leave it. I'll leave it. But
I'll talk to
listen,
my agent.
Don't make
if
him
you
manhandle you.
oh, good transition.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Speaking of
manhandle,
manhandle.
go ahead, Ted. Go ahead, Ted. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, we're gonna get into this first topic, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure you all could guess who we're talking about here. But as you may have heard,
It's happened
recently
again.
it has happened again. Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors recently got suspended indefinitely by Adam Silver and the NBA. Indefinitely is a word that we've been seeing lately in the NBA. It happened to John Morant early in the season, where it took them a while to find out when they're going to suspend him. But now it's time to put on Draymond Green. And I think this time, nobody could really have an argument or can go against it
Whoa,
because
nobody?
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it if
Nobody? Because
nobody.
I'm right here. I'm Team Draymond. Let me put that out there
Oh,
right
okay,
now.
okay. Well, we'll get to you. We'll get to you. But before we get to this thing, this whatever happened in this latest incident, I'm just gonna list a few things out, guys. Just suspensions that that contributed to Draymond Green's suspension in 2023 alone. All right, so in 2023, he got a 16 technical foul, resulting in a suspension. He stomped on Domantas Sabonis. He
Rightfully.
got suspended for 1 game. He choked Rudy Gobert. Got suspended 5 games. And also last season, I know this doesn't count as it, he punched his own teammate, Jordan Poole, and knocked him out cold. And he was suspended not by the NBA, but by his team. And then lately, this last week, he swung at Yusuf Nurkic. According to Draymond Green, it was not intentional, but he swung at him, hit him in the face, which prompted a quote from Yusuf Nurkic after the game: "That brother needs help."
All-time quote.
That's an all-time. So, before we get into this topic, guys, I think this is very important to say. On the 5 on 5 podcast, we care about mental health. We care about anything that goes like that people are dealing with off the court that we may not know about. And if anything's going wrong with going on Draymond Green mentally, we feel for him. We hope he gets the help he needs, and we hope to see him back on the court. Now we got that out the way.
Don't you just love learning stuff on the podcast? I didn't know we stand in line with those things. I
No,
didn't
no,
know.
no. We had to get the caveat. So this is the one thing I'm gonna say before I pass to you, Sadik. At some point, we just gotta say niggas are crazy.
We gotta condemn Draymond.
Sometimes we have to condemn Draymond. All right. This has gone too far, and I think this is something that Draymond Green has been spoiled with for a long time because he plays for an organization that backs him up, and they actually encourage the behavior he does to the Warriors because they feel like they need that backbone on the team. Their best player, Steph Curry, isn't really known as a tough guy. Klay Thompson isn't really known as a tough guy. And they lean on Draymond Green on doing that, and they give him the longest leash possible because they feel like they need that physicality and that defensive edge to be great. And also, I think Draymond on his end, it kind of gets to a point where he's starting to settle with the team and he sees the downfall of the team happening. He sees the players are getting older and he sees himself getting older, and he feels like he has to lean into what he brought to the team that made the team great even more. But this is crazy, y'all. And I think Adam Silver and the Warriors need to really sit down and do something. I'm going to say one thing. I don't care what the NBA says as well, or what the Warriors say, whatever reports come out. I honestly think the Warriors are actually looking to trade him right now and looking to get off his, because they just paid him like what's his deal? $100 million, something like that.
Mhm.
But I think they're looking for a trade. I feel like they realize that they can't really stop him from doing what he does. But that's what I think. What do you think, Sadik?
Okay, I was kidding earlier when I said I defend what he did. He's an idiot. I don't know. Like, listen, and I say that as Draymond, I say that as a fan of yours. Like, everyone, listen, and I'm not, and maybe I should be proud of it anymore. But like when I play, I happily say I think I play like you. All right, this is the Draymond I'm talking to. All right, I have no shame in that. Like, I think you are a great player and you have great abilities but like, and toughness is needed. By the way, I said all the time, and a few episodes I said I miss days when NBA players hate each other. Draymond, too much. And my bad. I walk it back, brother. I walk it back. All right, I don't know, because now you're doing too much. Now you're legitimately doing WWE moves on people. You stomped on them. All right, you chokehold them. You have done punches on them. All right, twice now. Okay, like Draymond, listen, I know I said it, fellas. I said at first, like, yeah, we need at least one bad boy in NBA. I was happy, but it's too much now, brother. I get it now. I see why the league that's put a leash on all taunting and violence, because the second Draymond got the Warriors gave him a free pass and he took it and ran. And let me tell you, brother, he's Forrest Gump the way he's running. He kept running. All right, he's cross country right now. He's thrown two punches in 1 year. And I get it, but he's a grown man making millions, and he's throwing two punches in a basketball environment. There's niggas in the hood right now on street ball courts who haven't thrown two punches during a basketball environment. Think about that. There's
He's
niggas
a
in
dangerous
prison.
man. He's a dangerous man, Sadik.
There's people in
Look.
prison who haven't thrown two punches in a basketball environment.
All right. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and everything you guys said is true. I think this Draymond thing, this is so repetitive. It's like every 3 months we get a new story of what he's doing, and I definitely like, just to say, I definitely like the indefinite suspension. I like that they didn't put a number on it this time, because this is like, in a way, kind of like with Ja, like, okay, it's like a wake up call. Like, you're really on the clock right now. When he comes back from this next suspension, he's really going to be watched. And the problem I have with Draymond and his antics is that, one, there's a lack of accountability from not only from himself, because he always comes up with some crazy excuse. This time around, he said, I don't think I'm accurate enough to do a 360 and land a punch. Brother, what the hell? What the hell? You're a smart guy.
Hey.
I don't think I'm accurate enough to. Okay,
He was pretty accurate right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and he's flailing. Like, another thing, the accountability on the side of the Warriors. This is the first time I ever seen Steve Kerr speak out on this whole thing. Did they do anything behind closed doors? And I'm willing to bet that they don't, because I think the Golden State Warriors are slightly, I want to say this nicely, snowflake-ish in terms of organizational standards, and even with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry, I think they're more of like a. I don't think they were able to tame Draymond. I think they're all afraid of him, and this is something that KG said, and I co-signed this too. Like, I don't think that they'd be able to sit down with him and say, "Look, man, you're wilding out." Like if he did the same thing on another franchise, like, I don't know, I'm thinking like an Ime, or even on the Celtics. I don't think the Celtics would stand for this. So I think there's a lack of accountability there. And then I just hate how he's not discreet at all. This brother thinks there's not cameras on him. He's doing all this stuff on national television. The stomp, the flail. The Jordan Poole one, that one maybe he thought he might get away with that one, and that was the most violent too. So look what he does behind closed doors, and this opens up a whole nother conversation.
That wasn't supposed to go out. That Jordan Poole video got leaked.
Hey, I don't care if it got leaked. See what he does. See what he does when he thinks no one's watching, and then you see what he does when everyone is watching. Draymond definitely needs to, like, at least like, I don't know, his oven is broken. You know what I mean?
His oven?
His stove is broken. He turns the heat on. He thinks the heat is on 2, but really it's on 9. It's on high. The brother, he doesn't do a proportionate response to what's happening. He's just out of control. So I like the indefinite suspension. I think Draymond, when he comes back this time, he has to, like, he's on his final. I wouldn't want to say final, because I don't think that he's going to get kicked out of the league. But the Warriors suck right now. He's not helping. Steph Curry is getting, Steph Curry looks like he's talking to other franchise, or not franchise. I see clips of him talking to LeBron at 80, and someone said it's happening, and I'm like, oh, maybe it is happening, even though I don't think it will. But everything's melting for the Golden State Warriors right now.
Yeah, and to pick up on what you said, Guled, the Draymond situation is not something the Warriors organization could handle. The Warriors are not an organization that are going to discipline their players. Their star players of this dynasty Draymond has been the anchor of toughness for them. And if that guy's going out of control, who's going to check the guy that checks people? They don't have someone that's going to
Moses Moody.
Moses Moody. Yeah. Steph Curry. It should be Steph Curry, but we know Steph Curry is not that guy. He's probably the guy that's in Draymond's ear trying to encourage him not to do it, but he's not going to be the guy that Draymond's scared of. And Guled, you said Draymond is doing it like no one's watching. He's doing it because he knows nothing's really gonna happen to him, right? He's not really scared of the consequences. And I think this is the measure that Adam Silver took. He said indefinitely. So he's like saying, we're not gonna let you know we're gonna come back. We're gonna let you come back when we feel it's right. And that leads me to the question I want to ask you guys. What is an appropriate suspension for Draymond Green? Because John Morant, he got 25 games. Draymond Green
and he didn't hurt anybody.
He punched someone that was not on an NBA court. It was at his house, but
that wasn't why he got suspended though.
But
he got suspended for the firearm.
But
he got suspended after that.
The suspension was the accumulation of all those things that happened around the same time that came to light. But
how many other things have happened since then? And people they've gotten a slap on the wrist.
This is what I'm saying. Draymond Green has been in the headlines for some sort of incident over and over again for the past 10 years and especially through the last year. So
I don't think those even equal 25 games.
But what I think they should do, honestly, this might be extreme. I think they should suspend him for the year.
Woo! For the year.
No. Listen. Number one, I don't think the Warriors are going anywhere anyway. And I don't think Draymond's been giving him any value of the year so far. And actually, what I think they should do, when Adam Silver talks to the Warriors brass, I think they should see if they should get a word if Draymond's going to get traded or anything like that. But even whether that happens or not, I think Adam Silver should step in and say, hey, we're going to sit you out for the year. And you need to do some kind of counseling and you'll be back next year, because these little slap on the wrist that's been happening has not been changing Draymond's mindset by anything. He's like, okay, I'll do this bid for 5 games. I'm going to come and hit someone else real quick. I'll do this bid for 2 games. But I think a year suspension is really going to get the point across. What do y'all think?
I think a year's too much. I think a year's too much. If anything, maybe suspend him until after All-Star break. That's like what? Right now we're in January. February is All-Star break. I think towards the end of February, I think.
Yes, mid-February.
So mid-February, that's like more than a month. Like what? That's like almost 2 months that he's out.
Yeah.
I think that's something. I think they got to do like a pretty big suspension this time.
What do you think, Sadik?
I'll be honest. I don't think there's any right answer, because we could say here a number, but one, all right, like. It all depends if Draymond, like, if it's 10 games and they do the John Morant treatment the first time around. Wait.
Yeah.
Remember the first time around, John Morant got suspended 10 games. Oh, he went to therapy in Florida, but right, like, what happens to Draymond? It's not a question of it's a question of is Draymond going to go do it again? Because if it's been half the season and then he does it again, what are we talking about? Like, so like really. They can spend it for 10 games, as long as it'll be around like the same thing they did with Ja that first time around. All right, that I think that 10, 15 games. All right, then right, Draymond, this is your final warning. All right, now I'll tell you guys right now, if he does it again, and I'm reading the mind and Adam Silver, he's getting more than Ja did for the gun charge, 100%. He's getting the half the season to full season ban right, because.
And I think that she should only get that if it's on another one of these same flailing topic. Yeah. If it's like someone, like if 2 people scoring up, that's one thing. But if he like discreetly tries damaging someone for no reason, like I think that's when I think they should bring the hammer down. But if he's in a fight with someone, and as long as it's not like the Rudy Gobert thing, he wasn't even involved in that one, and he chokehold.
Guys, Rudy Gobert in a headlock. He
But
put him in a
however,
headlock
He
however,
ran over and put someone in a
and
headlock.
then dragged him
yeah.
like 10 feet.
No, listen, and we have to know one thing. It doesn't go ahead. You have to think of it in this way. It's like if you and a felon got into a fight, all right, and both of you guys go to court. You might get off with a slap on the wrist. The felon, he committed a crime. He doesn't be like, hey, this is not your first time here, bud. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he does now. So I kind of disagree to the point where, like, Draymond, you really got to tone it all down. You got to go back to how you were before you did any of this. When you were just a guy
that
running
doesn't
and yelling.
exist. That doesn't exist.
Huh? No,
That doesn't exist.
I'm talking when he was at that line and we said he's just a tough guy. Before he went the crazy guy, before the
Yeah.
punches, when he was, you know what? Before Draymond, you had to go back to before you were kicking guys in the balls. That's how far back you got to go to behavior wise.
I don't know if you can do that, man. And you know why I feel bad for the Warriors as well? Because I think they should outsource the antics. They should outsource the violence to someone like James Johnson, who's now picked up by the Pacers.
Yeah, let him go.
Great
Like,
pickup, by the way.
yeah,
It happened right after that.
Yeah,
Giannis-
that's a franchise that's thinking ahead. The
that's
Warriors,
what you do.
yeah, the Warriors, they're just stuck in the past, man, and I feel bad for them, but I think we should move on from that.
Actually, before we move on, I just want to ask you guys one last question on this. I know you guys saw Draymond's apology in that press conference where he said it was not intentional. Is that even close to believable to you guys?
Even if it wasn't intentional, it's reckless.
exactly. It's two things. I think when he said that he didn't mean to hit him, he meant to throw except get him off. I don't think
It's such an ugly movement.
Yeah,
He said he was trying to sell the call and flailing arms. I don't know what about selling the call makes you turn around 180 full force with your hand and directly hit someone's face in a slapping / punching motion. I don't see anything by selling a call to that.
He wished he did more damage.
Yeah.
Draymond is like Taz, okay? He's a Tasmanian devil. He hurricanes his way through the court, and he's even built like Taz. But I'm not going.
He kind of built like Taz. Suspended for the year, guys. Let's move on.
Suspending for the year is kind of crazy.
The rest of the season.
Let's go on to the big topic, the big argument today.
Why is it an argument?
Big debate.
I don't think it's an argument, to be honest with you.
I'm with you, but there's in this call there is a disagreement.
Am I about a 2v1?
We'll see. But there is
I'll do 1v1, but I'll just throw little daggers in there.
Yeah. Look, there is the Hall of Fame class came out. The people that are on the ballot: Vince Carter, Jamal Crawford, Joakim Noah, Chandler, and Kyle Korver.
Well, Tyson Chandler. Sorry guys. Not Wilson Chandler. Apologies. Yes.
Shout out Wilson Chandler.
Anyway, and obviously, I think let's get it out of the way. Let's talk about the good. Not the good. Sorry, that's the wrong word. But let's talk about the locks. Vince Carter's a lock. Long career. Has a few accolades to help him out there as well. 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, at 25.7K points, 5K rebounds, 6.6 assists, all-time legend, one of the greatest dunkers of all time. He's a lock. We all agree. All right. The debate comes to the second guy named in that list. Everyone, Jamal Crawford.
Wait, hold on. Joakim Noah is a lock as well, buddy. In my opinion,
I listen. I think Joakim Noah. This is his best chance because the way the Hall of Fame works, for you guys who don't know, is once you're on the ballot, you're basically on the ballot forever until you get in. All right.
And what's the name of this Hall of Fame, by the way?
The Aaron Nesmith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Is it Aaron?
Not Aaron. Aaron Nesmith is something.
Oh my God! If Andy was here, he would arrest
legend Aaron Nesmith.
I think it's James. If I'm not mistaken.
Whatever. Like the founder. Naismith. Sorry.
It's an important fact.
Okay. And it's basically about all about like there's people in there who never played NBA ball and they play where you're like I was looking at it recently. Sabonis' dad, I forget his first name, Arenas. I'm gonna say
Arvidas.
Arvidas. I remember because I was preparing for this debate. I was like, how the hell did he make it? I was looking at his NBA stats, but he's a 2-time EuroLeague MVP. He has medals in national ball. He's a EuroLeague champion. So
it's not just NBA. It doesn't have to be NBA. It's basketball.
Yeah. So, anyways, basically, there's a debate in the 5-on-5 chat when this came out. Some of us think that Jamal Crawford is a Hall of Famer, and some of us don't. Guled, would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
I think you should just go ahead and continue.
Okay, I'll just start simple before I get to anything big. Is Jamal Crawford? If I know last season we joked about the Drew Holiday Hall of Fame, were like the guys that were pretty freaking good, but not good for Hall of Fame. I want to rename it to the Jamal Crawford Hall of Fame because that's where I think he belongs. I don't think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Now, before, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, is Jamal Crawford the greatest six man of all time? To me, yes. It's Jamal Crawford, the basically the founder of Seattle basketball. Yes, without him, there's no Isaiah Thomas. There's no all these guys that are coming out of Washington. They all follow Jamal Crawford. Has his own pro-am tournament. All right, like Jamal Crawford when it comes to basketball is a staple. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. All right. However, to me, to get in the Hall of Fame, all right, and that's only I'm talking as an NBA player because Jamal Crawford, yes, he has a high school championship. But there's plenty of guys that have a high school championship. He was not a All American. He went to 1 year at the University of Michigan, missed 6 games because he was suspended for something he did. I don't exactly know. All right, but and then and went straight to the draft. Never won a championship in college. So his career is NBA. He didn't play international ball. His career is NBA when it comes to basketball. His stats are a three-time but 6 man a year, and he has the longevity. My argument is for you to be in the Hall of Fame as an NBA player with nothing else to go support you. You need accolades and longevity. Yes, he has the longevity. He played for a long time. He scored at a high level. I will never question that. All right. He doesn't have the accolades. 6 man a year is not good enough to get you in the Hall of Fame based off the fact that you have 0 All Stars and 0 championships and 0 All NBA. That's my argument.
And
And not to mention the fact that there's guys who still are on the ballot that haven't got in. Chauncey Billups, Amari Stoudemire, Penny Hardaway, Sean Kemp, Mark Price. All these guys are not in the Hall of Fame yet. They're waiting for their turn. And you're telling me they have. You're telling me a 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, 2-time All-Defensive Team, a Finals MVP, and Chauncey Billups is not what is going to go in after Jamal Crawford? I fully disagree with that. Not to mention that he led one of the most the last time a Detroit Pistons team went and won a ring. That was Chauncey Billups' team. You're telling me Jamal Crawford is going to go in before Chauncey Billups? Absolutely not. Go ahead.
First of all, let me just say I have to commend you because you brought nothing but strong arguments. You took a Eminem 8 Mile stance and kind of brought all the things that I might say and put them out front on the table. Congratulations, good job.
I like that move.
I like that. That was good. That was good of you. That means you really prepared for this.
I did. I really did.
I'm not here to win this debate. Okay.
Fair.
I am here to celebrate a basketball staple, like you said. Okay. Seattle basketball doesn't exist without Jamal Crawford. His contributions to not just normal NBA basketball, but to street ball are things that no other player I don't think will ever overcome or overstep. Okay. But I think you keep bringing up this thing about accolades, which I agree with. He doesn't have the NBA championships, the All NBAs, the All-Star. He could have been All-Star a few years after doing some research. I mean, 2010 was the year that he was, people were saying he could have been an All-Star for the Atlanta Hawks. This is someone who's put together, which is not easy. He's put together a long NBA career, and I want to celebrate the best bench player to ever play the game. This is someone who had 3, it's a record before Lou Will got it, but 3 6-mans of the year, which is not easy. This is someone who put up almost 20,000 points off the bench. Jamal Crawford is leading the NBA in points, most points without an All-Star. So, yes, you bring it up fact that he's not an All-Star, but he's put up more points than anyone else who's never been an All-Star before. So that's very strong. I think that's an accolade. I consider points scored an accolade, okay? Another thing is, you talk about the Hall of Fame and people who haven't made it and, you want to make it very hard to get into, but the reality is the Hall of Fame is what it is. It's a celebration of basketball. There's guys who are in there for their contributions to the game, like a drill. I like the Mikan drill. I don't think he's had the strongest NBA career. I think his name is George Mikan. But like people who've contributed to the games in ways that you might not consider all that important, but the game of basketball considers important. I think if you ask any NBA player, or not any, but like most NBA players, most people who are around the game of basketball at that level, they would all agree that Jamal Crawford is a legend and he's put together a Hall of Fame career. This guy's also 11th in three-pointers made. Okay, how many players have played the game of basketball? Played in the NBA? 4,500, I think. That's a lot of players. He's 11th all-time in three-pointers made. He's 59th all-time scorer off the bench. Okay, so I think that is a Hall of Fame career, in my opinion. You can say there's other players who haven't got in. I can't make that argument for them. We're talking about Jamal Crawford right now. I think Chauncey Billups should definitely be a Hall of Famer at some point. You know, I think there's other players that you mentioned, but this guy, Jamal Crawford, is the best bench player to ever play. And if you're gonna gatekeep the Hall of Fame to non-bench players, or sorry, to starters only, I think that's a little unfair, considering that he is a trailblazer for a role in which a lot of players kind of dismiss. Like it's like an insult to come off the bench. So that is why I think that Jamal Crawford is a Hall of Famer. You think bench, you think six man, you think Jamal Crawford. You think street ball, you think of, you know, some of the best handles to ever play the game. Jamal Crawford is, I think, a top 10 ball handler. I think we should use the Hall of Fame to remember players who've contributed to the game, and he's contributed at a high level. And then you might say, oh, but then you got to let Lou Will in. Lou Will didn't have, you know, almost 20K points. Lou Will didn't have the same off the court, you know, impact. If you want to throw him in for those 6 months a year, fine, throw him in. But I'm not going to sit here and argue for Lou Will. Jamal Crawford had a stronger career than him.
Okay. My response first, thing I want to say, Lou Will. Lou Will, I'm not going to throw him in. I just think it's funny when Lou Will was talking, when they asked him about Jamal Crawford Hall of Fame, he said, we should make it to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
I mean, even honestly, even Lou Will.
No, he's not making it. That's right.
I'm not saying that. Treat Lou Will how you're treating Jamal Crawford. You know, I think Jamal Crawford is above him.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Jamal Crawford, even though I think you were very wrong, I think, right, and I want you to know this, if Lou Will, I get there. If Lou Will it's into the Hall of Fame, I will protest it. I will be outside the Hall of Fame myself with signs.
You're not gonna let him in?
I'm not gonna let him in. That's ridiculous.
You gotta block him off.
All right. However, a couple things you said, Glenn, I want to debunk. One, George Michanin was a 5-time champ in the ABA, NBA combined. Was a 4-time All-Star. Was an MVP. So let's.
Yeah. That's my fault. That's my fault.
So please don't. Yeah. Okay.
But I do remember. Well, like I think the NBA 75 list, and I remember them going through a few players, and they talked about their contributions to the game as their strong suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was an example.
No, I got you.
I think I said that he probably had a good career, and I
you said the opposite. You said the opposite, but it's okay. We'll move on. Look,
respect to a legend.
Yeah,
respect to a legend.
I agree with everything you said, Guled, right? And I agree with you, right? I was using those guys to show you like there's a waiting list, all right? But you're right. Right now, Joakim Noah is up there, and I agree. Not Joakim Noah, Jamal Crawford's up there, all right? And everything you said was 100% right. Jamal Crawford had a long career. Like every NBA player who wants to be a six, not wants to be, but if you become a 6-man, look at Jamal Crawford. However, all right, we're doing a little bit of retroactive history, okay? All right, we're looking back and we're changing who he was, okay? Jamal Crawford has never won, okay? Has never been on a super successful team. Let's get out of the way. He never made it past the conference semifinals, the second round. He was stuck there. He never made it past there. All right? So he never
has T-Mac?
No, T-Mac hasn't, but T-Mac and we argued this on the side before. T-Mac was better than Jamal Crawford. You know that. Let's get out the way.
But you're subtracting things that you
know.
But I mean?
And listen, I'm with you. I don't think T-Mac had the strongest argument for Hall of Fame either. So
I super disagree with that one.
No, I don't think he had the strongest. I didn't say he can't enter, right? Because the Hall of but he entered. All right.
But there's no threshold. Here's the problem with the Hall of Fame. There's no threshold. There's no. These are the requirements. I know. It's all subjective.
Because Kyle Korver made it. Let's call it in.
Kyle Korver made the ballot, but in his own way, he is like a Hall of Fame shooter.
But we can't do that though, because then we're just taking.
I didn't do it. They put him on the ballot. I didn't do it. Did I do it? Sadik, did I do it?
No, I'm talking about us. I'm talking about.
Did I do it?
No.
So they're trying to celebrate a top 5 shooter of all time. First of all, 3-point shooter of all time.
And go ahead.
First of all, Before I start, I love the stance, Guled, you took. That was a very smart stance you took by starting your argument by saying you're not here to win the argument.
He doesn't have to. He's not here to
He said-
win as long as he doesn't
He
lose.
said,
He wants to tie.
no, he said he's here to celebrate a great player, and I respect that. But the question is, does Jamal Crawford deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? And I know you said there's no, and I agree with you, there's no set criteria for the Hall of Fame. That's the thing about the Basketball Hall of Fame. There's no saying you need this many All-Stars to make the Hall of Fame. You need this many points to win the Hall of Fame. You need this many. But the thing that we have to go off of is people who made the Hall of Fame in the past and the people who have not made the Hall of Fame. And that's where kind of people gather a criteria of their own to kind of see who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, and
So
with that being said,
yes.
guess who Jamal Crawford has more points than? Scottie Pippen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad,
Goodrich.
I'm glad you said that. I'm
Tracy
glad you said that,
McGrady.
Guled.
Tracy
I'm so glad-
McGrady.
I'm so
Isaiah
glad you said that.
Thomas. He's got more points than all of them.
I'm so glad you said that, Guled, because I was gonna say that the only thing that Jamal Crawford has as an argument and why he's first of all, I'm not gonna. I don't want to sound disrespectful. Jamal Crawford's a great player, but the best thing that he has going for him in terms of arguments is his longevity and how long he played the game. How long he played in the NBA dictated how many 3-pointers he made, how many points he scored. But if we look at a year by year, what he did in those years, the only thing he has accolade wise is those 6-man a year, which he did great in. He won
Good way to
6-man a
say
year
it.
3 times. And also, if you look at each year that he played, let's look at the contribution winning wise he had on his team. Was Jamal Crawford really ever that guy that he said, okay, he was the guy that made this team win? He's the guy
Yes,
that carried this
2010.
team.
Yes,
He's the
2010.
guy that carried this team deep in a playoff run. He's the guy that people needed to stop to get to a championship. Jamal Crawford was never that guy. But the thing is, he has great numbers, and he's more of one of those players that people give respect to in terms of, okay, like, do you know like how NBA players say, oh, he's your favorite player's favorite player? He's one of those players because
He's a
people want
basketball because he's a basketball legend.
yeah, he's a basketball legend. But in terms of the Hall of Fame, you need to have a certain amount of accolades and a certain amount of stature as a basketball player.
Says who?
Jamal
Says-
Crawford was not that guy.
The
So
other
too.
people,
Says,
the other
says
people
everybody
entered
who made the Hall of Fame and
before
everybody who
him.
did not make the Hall of Fame.
like that's
Because-
you understand,
but-
that's
but-
the
but-
barrier.
but you guys are using Michael Jordan esque.
No, we're not.
Wait,
We're not.
you didn't even know what I was gonna say. You didn't even know what I was gonna say. You didn't even know what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
You didn't even know what I was gonna
Go ahead,
say.
Finish.
You guys are using championships. You guys are using, the highest level of the game that people don't even sniff sometimes. You know what I mean?
But-
I'm looking at Jamal Crawford for what he was.
Yes.
Okay, a sixth man, and I think it's fair. Whatever. Put in all those people you're talking about. You guys are asking me if I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I
think
we're asking if he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Not if you think does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, because you keep talking about longevity.
Eventually, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Vince
No.
Carter, look at it. Vince Carter has longevity, but Vince Carter only has 8 All-Stars. But because he had the longevity and he has the accolades, it goes hand in hand. It's not separate.
Eight All-Stars is fantastic.
No, that's my point, though. Stop right there. That's my point. He had both. You're taking one, saying this, and I understand this outside of basketball. I understand that. All right, but
That's a part of it. That's a part of it.
That's a part. But I'm
It's
turning
not,
out.
I'm not doing this and this. It's all
No, but you
makes
are
it legendary.
because they're not taking the accolades. You're separating that totally. You're taking it away.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm not.
Because if you compare them, because you have to compare. That's the barrier to entry. You have to come. That's the barrier of entry. Get out the way.
The fake
Yeah.
barrier entry.
No,
That's
that's
your barrier
the-
entry.
That's the barrier entry. Guled,
That's
like
the
you said, Guled, when there is no when only requirement is you have to retire and 5 years later within putting on the ballot, right? The only barrier of entry is you versus other guys. That's the barrier of entry.
Yes.
All
And
right?
this is what I'm saying, Sadik. I know everybody has their own criteria, right? Let me just make it very simple in my criteria, and I hope you guys agree with this. Jamal Crawford, great player. If you had a long career, a lot of points, a lot of 3-pointers. If you haven't won a championship, if you haven't won any All NBA teams, the minimum to even be able to sniff the argument, did you make at least one All-Star team in your career? No, that door shut. I'm sorry. We could respect you as a player. You could have as many 3-pointers as you want. If you were never an All-Star at least once, if you never were the guy of your team, if you're not at least one of those things, if you only won 6-man of the year a few times and nothing else, I'm sorry that kind of lowers the standard of what a Hall of Fame career is. And if we let him in, then we're gonna have to open the floodgates. We're gonna have to let everybody in.
Hold on. I think what compensates him not having an All-Star
is a longevity.
Is the fact that he has the most points ever scored by someone who's not an All-Star.
But Glenn, it doesn't.
I'm saying that's how I'm looking at it. You know, because I'm making the argument for him to be in it, and you guys might disagree, which is fine. I think Jamal Crawford is legendary enough as a basketball player, as a person who touched a basketball, as a person, a representative of the sport, an ambassador of not only the NBA, ambassador of the bench, ambassador of street ball, a crossover legend, one of the best players to ever, put the ball through the circle. And I want to respect that. And not just
I respect it, but just not in the Hall of Fame. We can respect it not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's
why. Why? Because you guys are gatekeeping. You guys are gatekeeping.
The NBA Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall, the Basketball Hall of Fame is gate kept. Not everyone walks in. It is gate kept. It's fully gate kept.
And guess what?
Let me tell you who else. But let me tell you two. Let me tell you two people who won. All right, skip to my Lou. And away for Austin, right? Great career, played for a while. Okay, has a staple in the game. One of the best.
Don't ever do that again.
He has a staple. I'm not saying he has a staple in the game.
How long did he play in the NBA? How long did he play in the NBA?
He played in the NBA from 1998 to 2012. That's a damn long career. It's not 20. I'll give you that. But it's a damn long career.
What accolades? What points?
That's my point. Wait, okay. You know what? You're right. I'm glad you brought up accolades. Let's go to Manu Ginobili and let's take away championships. Let's take away All-Star. Let's take away the six man. But let me tell you what he has as a basketball player. A EuroLeague MVP. A EuroLeague championship, Italian Cup, Italian League MVP, FIBA American Cup. He brought something. They said if his NBA career was not good enough, he'd still be a Hall of Famer because of his international career. Jamal Crawford during his time in the NBA, and this is a fact, all right, was never a top 30 player. Right? While he was playing. Yeah. While he was playing, I just told myself. He was never a top 30 player while he was playing. Let's get into it.
Street ball does not keep sets.
Okay.
How many Seattle programs does Jamal Crawford have?
Guled, that's great. He's doing like I'm telling you, he's in the Hall of pretty freaking. I'm willing to name our Drew Holiday Hall of Fame we have after him because that's who it should be named after.
But here's just going to say. The sixth man of the year award is basically MVP off the bench.
So Clarkson, let's get them.
If they score 20K points and are top, if they crack top 10 or top 15 in any statistic, I won't have that conversation.
I want you to know one thing. I want you to take away a 3-pointer because he's gonna keep dropping. The way to play a shooting now, Jamal Crawford will keep dropping off that 3-point list.
We're asking the question now.
He's gonna keep jumping. So I'll give you that. I'll put that one out the way. I'll give you the 20K points. That's almost 20K points.
There's been 4,500 NBA players, and he is 11th.
And he plays
11th.
Hey, and he's gonna keep dropping. But I'm proud of Glenn. That's an elite thing.
No, it's top 1%.
Yeah,
less than 1%.
And in 10 years, we'll drop down to 5%.
Bro, it doesn't matter if he drops.
Good. Right now, the players in front of him are current players. It's going to keep dropping. So
I don't want to talk about keep dropping, bro. It makes no sense.
But listen. No, but my whole point is good. That's an elite thing. It doesn't. And Robert Parrish is number one for games played. Is he in the Hall of Fame? Actually don't know.
He actually probably is.
Is he?
He actually probably is.
Let's check right now. I actually don't know.
Yeah.
He might be Hall of Fame because he won championships.
There's only 2 players who scored 20K points and have made the Hall of Fame. Tom Chambers and Antoine Jameson.
Oh my God! Robert Parrish. Real quick, I want to apologize to Robert Parrish. Nighttime All-Star. My bad, G. My bad.
Yeah. Even no matter what you guys say, all right, Jamal Crawford's name in total stats and standings, it's next to legends. Okay, and he's doing all that on limited minutes in a 6-man role that he embraced, championed, and pushed forward. Okay,
he is
championed. He championed the 6-man role, okay? Yeah, because Vince Carter don't got that championship either. And
he doesn't, but
you're compensating. You're doing some other things to compensate for him.
You got him. We got him.
Exactly. I'm using Jamal Crawford's longevity and stats.
I'm going to tell you right now. It's not enough, brother. He's swiping
In your
the card.
opinion,
Not enough.
Listen,
In your
I'll tell you now,
opinion.
he's not getting Hall of Fame. I'll tell you right now, he's not getting Hall of Fame. This is a
All
prime
right,
surprise,
all right.
breaking news. He's not getting Hall of Fame.
Okay, fair enough.
Spoiler alert.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Fair
spoiler alert. Okay,
But guess what? The game will never forget him.
And
I'll
I
never forget him.
agree. Glenn,
And you know what? I hate that I'm debating with two people who can't put the ball under their legs and do a simple
Listen,
crossover. So that's the problem.
Yo,
That's the problem.
wait. I got you. Okay, hold up. Go ahead. You made playoffs in your league, though, right?
Come on, bro.
You made playoffs in your league.
What's this guy talking about? He's coming for us now.
Why?
I'm
You shoot at me. I didn't make playoffs either, Sadik. You
You
coming
made
at me?
playoffs? Wait, 10. Is Good on your team?
Guled's the captain of our team.
What the hell are we talking about?
And guess what? I got more heart than them because I showed up by myself to the last game.
And
These dudes didn't want to show up because they didn't make the playoffs.
And let me tell you, Glenn,
No,
if that league had a haul of pretty freaking good, you'd be the cover of it. You and Jamal Crawford.
Anyways, I wish there's some real hoopers in here, man. They would understand.
I'm trying to be a real hoop.
Before we move on.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Who?
Do you guys think NBA players agree with me?
They probably, some of them probably do, yeah.
The only ones that I think agree with you are gonna be the ones that are gonna be in the same situation as Jamal Crawford, where they just don't have enough accolades. And also, that take that Guled has is such a take, Sadik, from an eye test guy. That is like an
guy. Either you refuse.
That is an eye test.
Let me tell you now. You know what? I'm gonna sit talking about Crawford a little bit. I'm gonna sit talking a little bit. All right, there's a reason he's off the bench. Let's get this away. Jamal Crawford is great at what he did because they said score against the second unit. Let us run the offense. When he was on the court, he was the offense. He wasn't the most efficient. He was a terrible defender. All right, there's a reason he came off the bench. You don't think if he was good and don't get me wrong, later on in his career, like, you know what? He's really good at scoring and let him do whatever he wants. Let's put him as a six man. Because you're telling me that JJ Redick is that much better than Jamal Crawford that he started? Is that what you're telling me? Or because Jamal Crawford, they realized who he was. They said, he has the same thing as Jordan Clarkson, same as Lou Will. You're like, you guys score at a high volume. Right, but it's not efficient enough to go be one, but they don't add much above anything else. All right. Yeah. Yes, he had great handles. Doesn't matter. He was when it comes to winning basketball games. He didn't have a winning impact. Yeah, he only made the playoffs eight times in 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Only made it past the second round. Never. Okay, never went on a championship team. Okay, and I hate that I'm saying this because I think he's elite. But you're talking about eye test. When I come down to go, when it's time to
Ten's trying to get a word in, bro.
Sorry. I'm trying to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I don't want to put fire on the argument, but I said just to make clear of what you said. Are you saying that if Jamal Crawford was good enough to carry a team, he would be the focal point and the starter of the team?
Brother, his team only made the playoffs 8 times. If he was good enough, they would have been like, go lead us to a winning season. That's what he was good at what he did because he couldn't fit the offense. They said fine. And
he wasn't good at what he did. He was the best at what he did.
He was. That's all he did, Gleb. That's all he did. I'm not talking about
just being the best. Just being the best bench player ever. Okay. Oh, whatever.
You know what? I keep saying I don't think he was the best, but Kevin McHale is right there. He made a bit so I don't know what you're talking about. Manu Ginobili is right there. So I don't know how I gave it to you out of respect for the argument to move on. But don't give me that when those guys were giving me more than he did. All because you won a couple of awards. Cute. Don't care, Bucko. All right. Are you?
I'm saying Manu was good enough to be a starter.
And I understand it. And he took a step back, and he still fit the offense. Manu could do both. That's how good he was. He could do. Jamal Crawford can't. That's the difference.
No,
not in my opinion. Go look at his early years. He started with the Bulls early on, and they said, wow, this guy's going to start him. And they said, wait a minute, this guy, everything's stopping when he gets the ball. Because
has Tyrese Halliburton even made the playoffs?
I don't care about Halliburton.
We're not doing that.
I'm done here. I'm done here. I said what I said.
But we're doing revisionist. I'm gonna finish with this. We're doing revisionist history. Jamal Crawford, an elite scorer, yes, but did he impact winning? No.
I don't agree with you.
He did it.
I don't agree with you.
You don't have to agree with me. The stats agree with me. The eye test agree with me. His record agrees with me. There's nothing you can bring up that says he impacts winning. He was. Did you know, by the way, I'm glad I've been waiting to say this. I've been waiting because I was like, this is too disrespectful. I'm going to save it. Did you know for half his career, he was stat-wise the worst defender in NBA? So even if that's a stat. Nigga, what? For half the career, you're the lowest at it? For half? What are we talking about? Don't give me that. We're doing revisionist history of Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford, you are elite. Mr. You, I will put you, the streets will never forget you. There's a whole move name after you. But Jay Crossover, I'm sorry, buddy. You're not good enough to make you weren't good enough to go make the Hall of Fame. Period.
In your opinion.
That's it. No,
I'm
done with my opinion.
We'll put this on the poll, ladies and gentlemen. If we'll see what the fans think. Does Jamal Crawford deserve to be a Hall of Famer? Yes or no?
Are we gonna penalize a goalkeeper because he didn't score goals?
No, because the goalkeeper does his job.
Exactly. He's a goalkeeper Hall of Fame.
So name different sports. I'm glad you named different sports. Someone with the career of Jamal Crawford will never even sniff the Hall of Fame in any other Hall of Fame. Tell me I'm wrong. In any other major American sport Hall of Fame, someone with Jamal Crawford's talent, script, whatever, all that, put that shit in their league. I compare him to Darren Sproles of the NFL.
Bad comparison, by the way. Bad comparison.
The greatest backup running back of all time, punt returner, did everything. Will never eat. He's not even mentioned Hall of Fame nominee. So don't give me that. The NBA Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame is the weakest Hall of Fame to make. It's the weakest by far. By far. No, I understand that. But you said goalkeeper.
I still think he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, he will not. And if you put Jamal Crawford type player and accolades in any other American Hall of Fame, he's not even sniffing it. He's not even on the ballot. He's lucky to be on a ballot. Okay, he's lucky to be on a ballot. All right.
That might have been the longest topic in pod history.
Hey, you know what? It was worth it, and I had a good time. You guys brought up great arguments. But all I'm saying is,
I'm livid.
Sadik is livid. Sadik is livid. No, I don't have the energy to do all that. You know what I mean? I said what I said. I feel like I'm right.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get in, whatever. But I think he has a strong case to be. You know. Listen. I think they can.
Guys, join Guled for
they can put him in the Naismith Hall of Fame, but maybe like in the basement. You know what I mean? Like
he's the Hall of pretty freaking good. Listen, 5 on 5.
Put him in the laundry room. You know what I mean?
Listen, let's rename a Guled. I'll meet you this, right? Let's rename our Drew Holiday Hall of Fame to the Jamal Crawford Hall of Fame. If he doesn't make it, deal. How about that? If he doesn't make it, the 5 on 5.
I'll take a deal.
Okay, the 5 on 5 Hall of Fame, Jamal Crawford. But when he doesn't make the Hall of Fame, the Jamal Crawford, the Drew Holiday Hall of Fame will be officially renamed to the 5 on 5 Jamal Crawford Hall of Fame. All right.
I think the Hall of Fame should have like a basement. You know what I mean? It's not the main exhibit. It's not the main attraction.
They're already in the basement. Name
the worst Hall of Famer you could think of.
Chris Webber, Reggie Miller. What? You just said that.
Did you say Reggie Miller?
No, I'm kidding. I just did the first.
I just want to know. I want to know.
I named the first 2 people that I thought of, but I was thinking of Chris Webber. But I think of the worst Hall of Famer. I don't know why. And maybe
when Chris Paul makes it, Chris Paul.
No, when Kemba Walker makes it, Kemba Walker, Kyle Lowry's gonna make it. Chauncey Billups
better not make it.
He's gonna make it.
DeMar DeRozan better make it.
DeMar DeRozan is 100% gonna make it. We're talking about a staple accolades and longevity stats. Beautiful. All a big three. The big 3.
I really would love to know what Big Fish thought of this. This is why I wanted him around.
Listen,
has anyone talked to him?
Listen. I will talk for Big Fish. Ready? You guys you guys are moving the argument. You gotta change
you don't an argument actually.
You guys, no, you did because my argument is that he doesn't deserve it. Period.
No, I don't think you say he doesn't deserve it.
No, that's the argument. He doesn't deserve it.
I don't know if that's the argument.
He doesn't deserve it.
The question is, does he deserve to be in a Hall of Fame? Yes or no?
No.
And Sadik says no. You say yes. I say no. And I think Big Fish is going to say yes.
You think he's going to say yes?
I think he's going to say yes.
Here's follow-up question. Who would win a 2v2? Me and Big Fish or you two? There's your answer, boys. There's your answer. There's your
Who's going to have the most heart on the team? Me and Sadik or you and Big Fish?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! No, not even get into this. Ted, come to Boston. Come to Boston.
Right now. We're already at Avatar. Listen, right here, right now. Are you coming to Boston this week?
I don't know, man. You guys threw a lot at me, man. You started the podcast.
Okay, what's stopping you?
Listen, man. This is a side conversation we could talk about.
No, we're not. Leave him alone.
I'm like, what's his name? Dave Portnoy whatever his name is, the guy from Barstool Sports. So when he does his like live contract negotiations,
That's actually
you ever see
ridiculous.
that? Taylor,
I've
right?
never seen that, but that sounds insane.
It's so funny because like it'd be like other people all around him, and then it's him and like the employee. And he'd be like, so "What have you done for me? And why should I give you a raise?" The guy will name stuff. He's like, "No, you didn't do this. I didn't name." And then when they finally have a decent deal, everyone around will be like, "Yo, that's a good deal. Sign it. That's a good deal."
I'm not
Yeah,
check that out.
that could be you.
That can be me. We could do it.
But
Not this week though.
I guess there's one last thing that I do want to talk about. Big thing. And I feel like we got distracted a little bit this episode, which is good though. I think it was good. Good. As much as we're debating, I do enjoy going back and forth with you.
This has been going on for a few days now, and I want you guys to know how much I care about this pod. There's been many times where I'm like, Sadik, save for the pod.
I did. I really did.
I did not want to talk to you anymore.
He scared me so much. All right, because I prepped crazy. I was like, dude, let me go down and get everything. I wrote down my notes. I'll read it right now. Green means go for this, no matter what. All right, say these
You
things.
color coded your notes.
I did. Yellow means yellow means okay. This is like my warning. Like, hey, like right.
That's
red.
ridiculous.
And my red notes was the fact that he was a terrible defender, like his stats were like that. I was like, this is a don't do this at all costs.
When he started naming the career stats, I was like, this guy's prepared. Man.
This guy's nasty. This kid's nasty.
When it comes to debate, look at me. I'll challenge anyone to a debate. I'm passionate and I got facts to back me up. You can't beat that. All right, but you know who also can't beat? You know what? It's a bad transition. I can't even think about it. Giannis game ball.
Great topic.
Let me start with this.
Go ahead. You explain what happened first.
I don't even know what happened fully. I'm not gonna lie. I think someone ran off with the game ball after the game after Giannis scored 64 points. 64 points, I thought.
Maybe, I don't know. Okay,
which was a Bucks franchise record. Was Giannis' career high, and then also Damian Lillard moved up to top 5 in 3-pointers made, if I'm not mistaken.
So Jamal Crawford moved from 10 to 11. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He was top 10 in 3-pointers made until last week. And then after that, Giannis found out that the game ball was missing. I mean, first of all, Giannis got in a little scuffle. And did y'all see his brother holding Jay Crowder's arm, pretending to come in?
Oh my God!
He held himself back.
Abdi would love that, by the way.
Yeah.
But Giannis chased the Bucks assistant or the Pacers assistant into the hall and couldn't find him, and he had the game ball. Then he comes back, yells at Tyrese, and the other head coach says, "Go get my ball." Blah blah blah. Blah. Let me tell you something. I love that. All right, that is his ball to have. He terrorized the team. Dame moved up into a big part of NBA history. Okay, and I think people are taking the stance that he was wilding out. Blah 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 blah. It's after a game. The adrenaline's still pumping. Okay, he's a passionate. The way he went after that ball is the way he plays the game, and I respect it. He is playing it. He has a never lose mentality. He wants to get what he wants. He's dominant. You know what I mean? And I don't think that it was as foolish as people are trying to say it was. You know what I mean?
No, I mean I think today I was into Paul George's podcast, and he was saying like it's a normal thing when a rookie scores their first point, we give him the game ball. Like it's like it happened to me. We did it especially at and he's speaking with someone who played at Indiana as a rookie. He said like when a rookie scores their first point, we give him the game ball. He said, "Now I get it. I think it's just something if Giannis, I guess, it broke some record. I think it broke the franchise or something like that, right?
2 records are broken.
Yeah. But it's Giannis' game balls. Like I know about him, Dame, but right. And my whole thing is, one, I get it. I personally, I would have done the same thing. Maybe not as much. I'd be like, yo, I need that ball. I get it, but he's a rookie. Give me the ball. And 2, does the Bucks home court not have no shame? It's your home court. Why is that guy walking away with the ball? I would have hunted that shit down too. All right,
and they won.
Now. I think Giannis made a big. I'm not doing all that. Oh, kill me. I don't know what the hell that was, Giannis. But you got your game. Well, now it might have been a fake game ball, is what Giannis is saying.
Yeah.
No,
I think. Go ahead.
I think it's the funniest part.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I'll say it could have been any ball. It could have been an actual game ball to Giannis. After all that, it would feel weird no matter what. You're like, is this really it? Because once you have doubt in your mind, you don't believe it.
Well, one thing about Giannis, he said, I played the whole game. I scored 64 points. I know what the game ball feels like. But the thing is, there's 2 game balls, okay? So he could have had the game ball, and the Pacers still could have had the game ball as well, because they used 2 different balls for the game. And also, number 2, that one rookie that scored his first points. I know that the in-season tournament, the finals, that doesn't really count in the NBA stats, but he scored points in that final.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
we should cancel the in-season tournament because it's already causing problems.
so technically, that was not his first points.
Yeah.
But there's that a Pacers assistant coach, when he ran and got the ball, he just looked like he was doing something wrong. The way he tiptoed,
I thought that was a Bucks. I thought it was a Bucks assistant though.
I think that was
I saw that.
He was wearing green.
I heard it was a Bucks one.
He was tiptoeing. He got like
I don't want to hear about this rookie first ball. The rookies get hazed, okay? I beat the shit out of a rookie. Give me that ball.
If you scored your first NBA points, I don't care if someone scored 150 points. I want that ball.
No, bro. We're talking about two top 75 legends. Say, give me the ball. You give me that ball.
What's crazy? The
two top 75 legends.
The crazy part is, if it was just a normal day, Giannis scored 60. You know, not 60. He could have been like, the person could be like, yeah, but you didn't break any records. If you get a 60, but like this, you scored 60 before. Let this, you know what I mean? But because he broke the record, I was like, you know what I mean? I was like,
I broke the record. 2 records are broken.
But Dame moving. If Dame got to number 1, that's the game ball you gave him.
So like top 5. See, we're not putting enough respect on these stats.
Yeah.
No, top 5.
It's elite, but you don't get a game ball for that.
3-pointers made him all time.
He's elite. I'm not questioning it.
It's not elite. It's top of the top.
No, it's top 5. It's not top of the top.
Sadik, every time you step behind that 3-point line, okay, there are 5 people in the world who have made.
He played the game for a long time, man.
And I get it, But I'm saying
top 11. If you even look at 11,
for a long time, bro.
Jamal Crawford.
Listen, all I know is apparently in the NBA, again, I'm going on what Paul George said, because apparently in the NBA, it's a common thing that rookies get the ball.
I don't want to hear Paul George has to stay because he is biased. I know he doesn't like Giannis.
No, but here's the thing, though. Someone asked him.
And he doesn't like Dame either, actually, now I think about it.
If someone asked him, and he said, if you scored 60, whatever, or do you want the ball? Like, no, not really. Someone asked him, if you scored 83, do you want the ball? He said, "No, yeah.
Of course,
it's my ball. It's my ball. There's no way. I'm not taking it. So maybe Giannis' threshold is lower. All right, but
Paul George, I don't even think it's ever sniffed 60.
Tyrese too. He came and yelled at Tyrese.
Well,
you need to get that ball. Tyrese like, yo, wait, coming at me,
bro.
for?
He's not from America, bro. We handle things differently.
Wait, 10. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm gonna speak for Tyrese. Well, if I was there and looking at y'all like, nigga, that's not my problem.
Yeah,
I didn't take the ball.
Tyrese is actually confused. He's like, what's going on?
I would have walked away. I know you. We all would have been like, I'm leaving you. You're crazy.
He was right there looking at him crazy. He was like, yo, I don't know why yelling at this guy. He's just here.
That's the team captain. He said it to the coach. He said, you go get my ball. That's my ball. Go get my ball.
The way Giannis was running back to that locker room was such a scary sight too. This man was looking like an NFL running back.
Bro, I love the NBA, bro. This is the type of
so dramatic. The NBA is so dramatic.
It's like satire, bro. Y'all ever be minding your business and you just go on X and then you scroll and you just see the craziest thing ever. You're like, what the hell? It's Tuesday.
Yeah. No, it's hilarious. The best marketing for NBA is niggas being dramatic.
What do you mean by that?
I mean these. I'll tell you after the pod exactly what I mean. Okay, I'll tell you. Subscribe to our Patreon for the After Hours podcast, where I tell you all the issues that's wrong with NBA and America. That's all for today, guys. All right. Maybe live episode next week with all 4 of us. Maybe.
I'm actually down for like a rated R type episode. Maybe
I have a
platform.
Look here. It needs to be behind a paywall though.
Oh, it has to be behind a large paywall because I will say things that can get me arrested.
We got things to lose here.
No, listen. And to all you, to Jalen Green and Jordan Clarkson, I have
come on, bro. I don't think Tech can go bar for bar with us.